I've been thinking, and I feel like it's pretty safe to say that the majority of us grew up understanding the importance of washing your hands throughout the day, but how many of us really know how to properly wash your hands, especially in such a crucial time that we're dealing with right now, where hand washing could potentially prevent you from getting infected with or spreading the COVID-19 virus. I wanted to make a video to demonstrate how to properly wash your hands in a way that will ensure you get rid of all of those COVID-19 germs. Before jumping into the demonstration, I wanted to touch base on how germs can be spread, briefly describe the COVID-19 virus itself, and then explain the importance of hand washing, especially in a time like this where we're dealing with a pandemic. So viruses can be spread 3 different ways. The first way is contact transmission. So this is body to body, things such as handshaking, kissing, hugging, and that sort of thing. The second way is called droplet transmission. So this is tiny liquid droplets that are spread and fly throughout the air when someone sneezes or coughs, and it lands on another person or an object that another person could later then come in contact with. And the last way is called airborne transmission. These are the remains of tiny liquid droplets floating in the air where people could walk through it or things like that. So I wanted to focus in on droplet transmission. I feel like contact transmission, it's not necessarily self-explanatory, but it's something that we're more aware of throughout the day, like knowing not to shake people's hands at this time, being careful of who we hug or come in contact with. Where droplet transmission, it's hard to be aware of everything throughout the day and keep in the back of your mind everything that could possibly come in contact with through droplet transmission. So I wanted to just list some of them that have been on my mind lately and hopefully help you guys become more aware of things that you may come in contact on a daily basis. So some of them that I'm always keeping in mind are your cell phone. It touches many things throughout the day, and it's important to kind of frequently wash off your phone screen. ATM machines, credit cards, obviously doorknobs, faucets, things like that. Gas stations are a big one, your mailbox, things like that that we touch throughout the day and then go on to touching our face without realizing, especially if you're wearing a mask and adjusting it. You have contacts, makeup, things that make us touch our face without realizing. I'm sure that I'm missing so many things that we come in contact with throughout the day that we should keep in our minds at this time. So please comment below any that you think of that I didn't mention, and we can help each other become more aware. Another thing I wanted to mention before moving on is gloves. It's important to remember that gloves are like another layer of skin, so they can still carry germs with us throughout the day. It's important to remove and throw away the gloves after wearing them and not reuse them. So once you go to a grocery store, throwing them away after in the trash can, not in the parking lot. But it's important to just keep that in the back of your mind that gloves should not be reused, because that just carries those germs with you wherever you go. Moving on to discussing the COVID-19 virus itself. This is a virus that is primarily spread through droplets of saliva or discharge from the nose when somebody coughs or sneezes. So this is why it's so important to remember to cough in a tissue that can get thrown away after, or in your elbow, not your hand, to decrease spreading the virus. There has been different research on how long the COVID-19 virus stays on various objects. An article I came across that tested the COVID-19 virus on different types of objects found that on plastic and stainless steel, the virus was still detected up to 3 days after its initial contact with those objects. So I just wanted to bring that up and kind of bring perspective to how many potential sick people could come in contact with different objects throughout that span of up to 3 days. So it's just important to just be frequently washing your hands and think of those things to prevent yourself from getting ill. Now, going into the importance of hand washing, it has been shown in many studies and proven throughout history that hand washing decreases the spread of many diseases. More importantly, hand washing is associated with reducing respiratory infections up to 16%. I saw in an article somewhere that we touch our faces 3 to 30 times per hour. This is why it is so important to wash our hands frequently throughout the day and wash them properly. One of the main components of washing your hands properly is using soap. So it's not necessarily important to use a certain type of soap. I know that when I went to the grocery store at the beginning of this outbreak, that there was no antibacterial soap left. In the back of my head, it kind of just makes me feel better, like it says it's antibacterial, so I feel like I should be using it, but any soap will do. Washing your hands with soap is important because it breaks down the germ-carrying oils, and it also requires scrubbing and friction to create those bubbles, which not only increases hand washing time, but it also helps break down and scrub away those germs. So with that being said, I'm just going to jump into the hand washing demonstration. So when I wash my hands, I like to use the WHO guidelines. It takes 20 seconds each time you wash your hands, like singing happy birthday 2 times in a row. So you're gonna lather up your hands with soap, create that friction for the bubbles. Don't forget the back of your hands, interlacing your fingers, scrubbing back and forth. A lot of people forget to clean their thumbs and their fingertips, so that is very important to remember. And then you're gonna wash away all those germs, and you're gonna use a single-use paper towel, and use that same paper towel to turn off the faucet, not your newly cleaned hands. And then you throw away in the trash and you are all set. So as I was recording this, I realized that there were so many different paths I could have gone down with this topic, and so many things that I wanted to comment in and add on in. So if there was anything that you have more questions on and want me to elaborate, please comment below, and I will do my best to answer that, either through comment or making another video if necessary. But other than that, resources are always linked in the description below for you to further dig into this topic. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Please like and subscribe to keep up with my future videos, and I'll see you guys next time. The air when someone sneezes or coughs. No.